I told you about this. Like that's all I'm seeing on my Twitter feed. Like France is burning.
I mean, why is France burning?
Tell us.
So I guess I could play this raw footage
Yeah,
of
let's play the raw footage.
what happened here. So for those of you listening, there was a police stop. There's a 17-year-old minority in here. I believe his name is Nahil, is it? Um, yeah, Nahil. And there's two cops that pulled over. We don't know the contents of like how he got pulled over, but apparently it's a routine traffic stop. And the cop apparently there's one cop that has a gun pointed at this kid. Now, what did you see here? Did you see the cop shoot the kid first and the car moved, or the car moved and the cop shot?
So, right here, look at the cop right there. It looks like he's hitting him. Not the guy with the gun, but the guy right there. Look, he's hitting him with something.
Oh, the other cop without the
Cop.
gun.
Yep, without the gun. It looks like he's hitting him. Look at that. Strike. And it's a 17-year-old kid. He's scared. Remember when you were 17? Well, like, what are you doing?
It's no, I mean you're absolutely right, because at 17, and if I had a gun pointed at me, I'm scared for my life. Like at that point, yes, I understand you need to obey authority figures, but all it takes is that one squeeze of the trigger and done. Even if you were doing all of the good
Well,
things.
not just that. He got hit in the face, supposedly.
So
A
he's
couple
already
times.
getting attacked. Now you can argue that, okay, the kid drove off. When you're driving, that car is basically a weapon at that point because you could run over the police officer.
Correct. You could, but he wasn't. He wasn't gonna hit the cop.
I mean, let me pull up a scenario. Say you're like 17 and you're just minding your own business, and a cop like mis-ID'd you, thought you were a suspect he's looking for, and he pulls his gun out.
Or
He
just
does your
pulls you
face-
over because you're a different skin tone.
Yeah, he pulls you over, and if the cop fired the gun once, are you gonna continue to stay there and just let the cop arrest you? Because
I'm out like Gran
no,
Turismo.
I'd be running too for my life, because the cop already made the decision that he's trying to
gonna kill
execute me.
Yeah, he's trying to.
So I'm going to bail myself. I need to save my life.
So this kid too, he's getting supposedly got hit 3 times,
So there was there was a passenger there too, so he wasn't by himself.
and the passenger told his own story.
Now it's his word that the cop was attacking him, and he's saying, and another one saying, "I will shoot you."
Well, I don't think it's just his word that he attacked him. You could see the cop like struck him.
Yeah, you see a movement in there
Yeah.
that maybe the first officer talking to him is attacking him. He is like physically causing harm. That's hard for me to tell because I don't know. I can't tell with that exchange.
Well, look how quick his right arm. See
His right
what's
arm?
that? Unless
Okay.
he's reaching for a gun to shoot him. When
then
does
he
he
takes
shoot
off
him?
'cause,
Yeah.
you
When
know-
do they shoot him?
Well, he shot him right there. It was the other cop with the
Oh, he
bigger gun.
did shoot him right there.
He shot him, and the kid took off, and then he died momentarily. And that's how he got. That's how that crash happened.
And then the other kid got out of the car and ran off.
No, he didn't run off. Let me pull up the video again. Because the car crashed eventually. Fast forward. It's here, and then the police arrive, and he steps out of the vehicle, the passenger. Will this video show it? If not, there's another one that showed it.
Yeah, they'll show it right here.
You're right there, door open.
But the cop goes to the driver's side. He's gone.
And he's like, oh, well, he's dead. Okay, now I have to start calling other people. So now all over the internet, there is just riots. I mean, I'm trying to think of this objectively. Like, what is this a bad call? Well, apparently the police officer has been charged too.
Oh, he has?
Homicide, yeah.
But that's not enough justice. The kid's already dead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're a police officer and you're pulling a gun at someone, you have to feel at least somewhat threatened. You're ready to squeeze the trigger. Has the kid demonstrated anything that shows that he might be deadly?
Or he's just showing his power.
Could be,
Let's be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, it could. I mean, yeah, totally true. It could be that. It could be that. I don't know 100% sure if that's what it was. I mean, maybe the cops were being jerks, and maybe the cops are, overextending their authority, scaring the kid. He's 17, he's young, doesn't know any better. All he knows is that there's
Maybe just harassing the
one
kid.
cop is beating him up, the other one has a gun pointed at him.
And supposedly that the other cop's like, shoot him, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when he took off.
He's like, shoot him. He's like, you know what?
I'm
I
out.
need to save my life.
I'm
I
out.
need to drive away. I'm out. These cops are trying to kill me. They made the decision to execute
So it
me.
probably
I'm not
crashed.
just going to sit there and let them kill me.
It probably crashed because he got shot.
Well, he got shot and he's trying to drive, but then, he eventually dies and then the car
Yeah.
crashes. And it's crazy. So it's just like, man.
Well, it's crazy what's happening in France. I mean, the president's they're gonna get rid of all the social media feeds and stuff. Like, is there stuff on Twitter we could pull up so people
Here,
can see?
there's people making their videos. I mean, you just look for France on fire.
Do that. Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Show that.
Is
Oh
it
wow.
playing? Yeah, there's like a building on fire.
That is crazy. We don't have any of
Okay,
that.
why do you have to put a building on fire? What is that going to prove?
It's
What is that going to
inconvenient for all.
prove? You just
you just-
ruin hundreds of homes for people.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what.
Probably people
that's
who
why.
support your cause, but you just destroyed their home.
They don't care. They
So-
look how much of a statement that is. Look at this right here. This car, boom, exploded.
Ooh, car bomb, huh?
That's a car bomb. Good old fashioned car bomb in Paris. What is this?
Fireworks show, I guess.
Fiery but mostly peaceful protest after shooting. That's Wisconsin. Oh, jeez Louise.
Fires going on.
That's a lion. Oh, wow. Look at that. France has fallen.
There was another. Yeah. There's
This is
people
something the
getting beat
government
up.
doesn't want you to see. Look at how crazy that place is right now. Holy cow.
So there was one. With
Oh
like a-
my gosh. Go down. Go down one more. Or, I mean, go up. The cartoon. That one up there. France on fire. That,
Oh, that's pretty rough, huh?
yeah. Wow.
Well, there was one. Okay, this one. It's like
Okay, look how organized they are.
Okay, for those of you listening, this video on Twitter shows the far right group in the place de Turas is now moving towards the city center and hunt down Muslim rioters.
Well, okay, they're hunting down Muslim
So
protest
I mean,
rioters.
it's just a bunch of
Okay,
men.
they're protecting. Yeah, it's a bunch of men protecting their city.
I mean, they're playing vigilante here.
You
So-
you have to.
Mhm.
You almost have to. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
But these, I mean,
The cops are getting killed
are they?
according to this.
I mean, this is a mob and another mob. There's two mobs now.
Yeah,
right?
there's two mobs.
Now this
It's
mob
chaos.
here,
Stay off the streets.
who are trying to play vigilante, I mean, they're probably hoping that they can get away with doing a lot of excessive harm. They're not there for justice.
They're revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge.
I mean, this is a situation that's happening a lot in Europe. It's like a culture clash. There is a significant amount of
Migrants.
migrants, minorities there,
Yep.
and people feel like the French culture or European culture is being overwhelmed with other cultures.
It's too soft.
Mhm.
Let's be honest. It's being overtaken by wokeism. It's too woke.
I don't know what wokeism is. Actually,
Well, it's too
to be
like
honest.
okay, the Muslims they don't like anything woke. They don't like this whole.
So is it Muslims, the primary migrants that they're concerned about?
Mhm.
So is it just like, okay, we can have a handful of Muslims, we get to know them, they're part of our community, it's
They're
nice.
super
But
religious.
now there's so many of them that do they feel like the French culture and the governance is going to be taken over by Muslim influence?
Could be.
Mhm.
That's also in the UK. That's a lot of Europe and Italy is starting to be a problem. Greece is starting to get there, but they're heavily against all this stuff. Batman has arrived in France. Did you see that video of all the Batman in those trucks?
I'm scrolling through it, looking for it. So
Oh.
yeah,
It's
keep
so
talking
they
about
can
that, but-
identify themselves, and they were all these dudes came out of this like U-Haul looking truck, looking like Batman. They were all wearing Batman things on there. It's crazy.
So, I mean, as I'm still scrolling through here, yeah, all the riots. And
Yeah, look
everything.
at that. That's
But
bad.
I want to get on the topic of like the culture clash that's going on in Europe, and I feel it's like
migrants are
one
taking
culture.
over. That's
They
part
feel like they're being taken over. Others feel like they're being suppressed, and you have this culture clash going on. And I mean, we have it here in the U.S. too with culture clashes. And how do we remain peaceful?
Muslims are supposed to be, rule of the land. Whatever the law of the land is, they're supposed to. Oh, there it is. There's the Batmans. Pull up Batmans. Look at these guys. All these guys. You gotta watch it one more time in a second. Rewind
Okay, I'll
it.
play it back. So, yeah, look,
Look at that.
it's like a U-Haul.
It's a U-Haul full
That's
of
a
Batmans.
lot of
Look
guys
that
dressed up
dude's
in Batman.
hardcore Batman. You see him? He's like a light gray Batman. That one too. Look at that.
No, in blue Batman. What the?
That's so crazy. There's guys wearing capes.
No, what are they doing? Now, okay, hold on. Is this part of the riot, or is this just something completely different?
That's so different. It's part of the riot, though.
You think it's part of the riot,
Yeah,
or
it
is it
says
just
France
a
on
random video?
fire. And
Well,
someone's telling
because it's hashtag France on fire doesn't mean this was filmed in France or anything. This could be a made-up video,
yeah, it could be, but
unless someone can verify
it's
that.
hilarious. That's a car bomb again.
That's I've seen the same thing again. So
What's this one in French video? What's that?
I can't translate it. I was looking for it, but
The French government's going to take a lot of this stuff down.
someone has it like.
We are not afraid. We were born Muslims. Praise be to Allah. Well, they are taking over, and they don't screw around when it comes to their religion.
I mean,
The Muslims are like the only. I don't know. I can't speak for the Jews, but their Muslims are like hardcore. They don't go against what their book says. Like Christians, they'll be like, "Yes, oh, okay, well,
are they really Christian at that point?
we'll let you." Yeah, you're right. Are you really Christian at that point? Where they're like, "Okay, we'll let transgenders, this and that, come in," and Muslims like, "Oh, hell no."
Like, nope.
And I'll tell you
not
now,
our books.
hell no. Muslims are like, hell no. I have friends that are Muslims. They're 100% against that. And they don't just like Christians. Like, Christians are against it, but they like have gotten to the point where like it's almost acceptable, right? But for Muslims, they'll tell you you're in the wrong. And it's crazy. It's like they're hardcore, dude. I think I was watching Andrew Tate talk about it. Because he switched to Muslim because Muslims don't screw around.
No, he's Christian now.
No, he's Muslim.
Hold on.
No. Look up Andrew Tate. He is Muslim.
Because he just did an interview with Patrick Bet Davis.
Yeah.
And he talked about being Christian.
He's talked about being Christian and why he's Muslim. I saw the same interview. PBD.
I mean, it's very common for people who go to prison and come out Muslim too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think
learn
that is?
Islam?
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess they're just with other prisoners and they get converted.
They get converted. Great salespeople in this penal system.
I really thought he says
He was Christian, but what
No,
he
he was
said in
an
that interview
atheist.
is he didn't like the fact that the Christians were going against what their own teachings have been.
in 4 years. Okay.
For me,
You want to play this?
get your thoughts on it.
Oh, this is doing.
For the longest time, when I got into business, I was, a younger guy, 21, very coachable. Tell me I'm a coachable guy. What do I got to do? I'm a coachable guy, super coachable. Want to make money. I'm sick of time being broke.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta make sure this can be heard.
Yeah, let's hear it. This is a good one. And by the way, we're big supporters of PBD.
My dad's at the 99% store. Too many heart attacks. I'm going to get out of this. Yeah.
I mean, it's a 20-minute long video. I just want to see if he has the straight points.
Talking to rich people at Morgan Stanley dealing with it. Never talk religion, never talk politics, never talk sex. Just don't talk about those three things. I said, okay, guess what? Never talk politics, never talk religion, never talk sex. No problem. We're going to business. So what do you think about the political climate today, Patrick Bet David? Oh, what do you think?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is, but what do you think, Patrick? I don't know, quite frankly, I think I'm trying to figure it out for myself right now. But we'll see what's going to happen. Like, whatever way you're deflecting and you're kind of going, hey, what do you think about God? What is your opinion on Islam or Muslims?
Oh, I never had the volume for the desktop. Sorry about that, people.
The people that I know at that level want to talk about those three topics. Now, sex is maybe off camera and they're kind of having fun with it, but they want to talk about politics and religion. So we, for the longest time, have been silenced, and now the ESG community, all this time they've told us to stay quiet, and they're saying what? They're talking politics. They're talking religion.
Bird just hit my window.
Sorry for the random distraction. We just had a
Feathers went
bird that-
everywhere.
That bird just straight ran into your window. I wish we recorded that because there was feathers. It looked like he almost exploded, but he flew away. That was very fascinating. Let me see if I can find like a short real quick or something. Okay, so it said he went from atheism to Christianity to now Muslim.
PBD, man, like he puts out great stuff.
Well, I heard someone say he's the new Joe Rogan of YouTube now.
I 100%. Well,
Okay, here's a quick short for the amount of time we have.
okay.
I wanted to ask you now, because this is the hot topic, especially in the Muslim community, about your conversion.
Yeah.
So tell us the story, like what happened exactly.
Well, I think a lot of people who've been following me for a while understand that I've been very respectful of Islam for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
I was born in a Christian country. I was raised as a Christian, and I've always been very respectful of Islam. And it's become more and more obvious to me and more pertinent that Islam is the last religion on the planet.
I wanted to ask you now, because this is the hot topic, especially.
Interesting. The last religion, I thought Mormons would be.
One on tour saying Islam fixes everything, huh? I guess this is a shorter one that put up.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are in the presence of a cultural icon,
Let's get
physical
started.
specimen. Also got Andrew Tate.
That was smooth.
Dude, Andrew
Very
Tate's
respectful
big,
of Islam
huh?
for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
I was born in a Christian country. I was raised as a Christian, and I've always been very respectful of Islam. And it's become more and more obvious to me and more pertinent that Islam is the last religion on the planet. When I talk about Islam, because I'm new to it,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit careful, right? Because I'm new to it. I'm certainly not a scholar. There's so much I need to learn. I know I'm on a learning journey. I'm not here to sit here and talk scripture. I don't know those things yet. I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
But
And we're here at your assistance.
thank you, bro. Thank you.
Honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's just, for me, it feels like the last religion on earth. I feel like there's no other religion. People say to me, why did you convert? I said, I don't really feel it as a conversion. It's almost like I knew God was real and now I've become religious. And they say, oh, you were religious before. I was like, religious before how? Christian? What does Christian mean? Like, who's not a Christian? You go to Christian nations and everyone says they're a Christian. Look how they live their lives. Go into the average church. Is anyone actually fearful of God? Anybody? No. The girls were out on Saturday night drinking and they turn up to church because their parents made them. Like, there's no substance to the religion. And also, Islam very closely reflects my personal beliefs. Through my personal life, I've learned that if you don't have standards and you're not a strong person who's prepared to defend his ideas, you will be crushed.
Yes.
And we look at most religions in the world today, which are not prepared to defend their ideas. What's happened to them? They're just getting crushed. And now we have Christianity as an idea, which has basically said, well, we can't set any firm rules because everyone will just quit. So instead, let's make it so easy to be a Christian that nobody has to put any effort in.
Yeah.
And then accept everybody no matter what. And hopefully we can keep the church doors open. That's not God to me, you know?
Exactly.
God to me.
Let
Exactly.
me pause that right there. I mean, okay. Honestly, he has some good points because we don't defend Christianity when it gets challenged anymore.
You can't. Like, Christianity is not protected at all.
And you can't criticize Islam in the United States because it's like they're basically like a protected group, but you can bash on Christianity all you want here.
Big time.
So it's like so reverse here. And maybe there could be a time when maybe states say, screw the federal government. We're going to have very strict Christian beliefs and standards in our state now. Could happen, but people think that's like wonky. It's
I think
extremism
the closest would be Utah.
with Mormonism.
Yeah.
They're like silently accepted as that.
Or not even that. There's a lot of Christians in Utah now, which,
I mean, Mormonism is a sect of Christianity.
yeah, and it's big. I mean, there's a lot of family values in Utah. We go to Utah quite a bit. I do like going there a lot, but it's not. How do I say this? You go any other state here, California, Nevada, it's night and day. It really is night and day. It is very family oriented in Utah. It's night and day.
I will tell you this about why I respect Mormons so much is that they're always kind people. Every interaction I've had with them, they're just great people. They're super nice, and they've really stuck with their beliefs. No matter how many times people will challenge them, kid with them, whatnot, they're really stuck with their beliefs, and they, they set their standard.
It's because they believe it.
They truly believe it, and they do things the polite way. If they don't like you, they'll just stop associating with you. They won't invite you to events or anything like that. They're
Right.
not just gonna like debate you and argue with you, get in a fight with you over something like a religious topic. They just respect that others have certain beliefs, and if they don't align with their own, that's okay. You can coexist. But here, most of the United States is just you're allowed to bash Christianity. I believe that. I see it all the time. You
Yep.
see it all the time, right?
Yep. The whole thing with the Dodgers.
But even here in the United States, you can't bash Islam at all without getting an enormous amount of criticism.
Nope. 100%.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to criticize Islam right now or anything like that. It's just, hey, if they believe that, hey, that's for them.
Well, it's like he said right now that totally made sense. Like, let's accept everything so we can see if we can keep the doors open and lights on.
Mhm.
And Muslims, they don't care. They have the numbers. All their people like they're gonna fight tooth and nail. Christians, they don't fight.
They don't stick to their standards, and it's easy
No.
to back away from Christianity. I mean, I don't know. I've heard a quote from Jordan Peterson that even if you're not a religious person, even if you're an atheist, it's still a good idea to live your life as if there is a God or there is Christianity. This way you have standards and that you continue being a good person and that you keep yourself accountable and in check and understand consequences.
No, 100%. He said that I've seen him say that, and he's right because you have standards. Treat people better, right? You know, if you're religious or trying to be religious, you're trying to be, set a good example. But I don't know. I think we're all just like what's going on with Paris. We're just going to hell.
Well, yeah, I see that too and everything going on. I mean, the culture clash is pretty rough. I also think that I was probably the first one in our family to like really detach away from Christianity, but now I'm kind of circling it back. I'm not saying like I believe in everything. It's just I don't know, but I know when I have kids and whatnot, I want them to have an understanding of something that's greater than you. Have some meaning. Probably take them to a Christian church. Have community. That's a very important thing that I think kids need to grow up with and be surrounded with good people around you. It's not to say that if you're an atheist, you could be a good person too, but it's hard to develop a community with that. It's hard to keep accountability that there could be something higher up there that's watching your actions.
There is a lot of fake people though that go to church.
They're probably doing it for like reasons I was saying. Oops, I'm spilling my water. For reasons that I was saying, it's just community.
Mm-hmm.
Be around good, like-minded people.
Or look at
People
me,
with good
I'm a good
intentions.
person, and
But I mean,
I'm like, no, you're not. I know you.
sure, okay, but at least they're making the effort to go
Yeah, I
there,
hope so.
right?
I
Versus
hope
they're
so.
not, right? I mean, yeah, they could be like what you call fakers, but
Posers.
they have they could be posers. It's fine, but they have good intentions. So
I hope so. And maybe
I hope
them
so
being
too,
there,
right? I
they
mean, if
hear
you have
something.
ill intentions, you go to church. I mean, is that
Yeah.
really worth the effort?
It's not worth the effort. You're right. Maybe they're trying to change, but we'll see. But I think he has a point though. Like Andrew Tate's big time right now. Like a lot of people know about him.
Oh, I mean, a lot of young incels follow him, right? It's like that could be something that could convert a lot of them
He's
too.
getting a lot of Muslims now on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he converted, maybe can you imagine if he's just doing that to get those like votes or those hits, those links?
You might be thinking that I might be getting arrested again and thrown in jail, and then I can have this community back me because we're very soft on Islam and in Western cultures, and
Yeah, well,
we
yeah.
easily bend the knee to them.
And the Muslims are gonna be like, he's one of ours now.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of our own. Stop.
Yeah, they might defend.
Wow. Can you imagine? It's all
could
like
be a
tactic.
play.
Could be a great play.
It's a good move
It's a
if you really
great
think
move for
about
him and
it.
his brother because they're still in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
Fake stuff, but whatever. I think in reality, they just hate the way he's using free speech and the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's
well, his free speech gets a lot of people to listen to him. Who are those people that are listening to him? We all know they're the incels, the male incels who are in their 30s, still no girlfriend, they still live with their parents. A lot of them. He's trying to teach him to, hey, you need to be a man. Like,
He's
sack
just being
up.
honest, like nut up, nut up. But how are they going to vote? Republic or Democrat? They're probably scared they're going to vote Republican. So they want to shut him down. They want to shut him up. That's the way I look
Do you
at
think
it.
he's a Republican guy?
I think he's a capitalist. I think he's doesn't want government control. He doesn't want. I 100% could see him. He doesn't vote, right? He's not going to vote for our whatever. But think of how many American kids are probably listening to him, right? And thinking, hey, this is what
A lot of Americans listen to him.
like he has a lot. Like my son knows about him. He's 12 years old.
Right?
He goes, Dad, do you know Andrew Tate? I'm like, no. Started watching. I'm like, what?
I've heard a lot of women with children who just don't want their children to listen to him at all. Like, they go out of the way to make sure they're not listening to him. They hear him, like, this is why he's wrong, this and that.
But he's not. It's almost
Hard
like
to say.
free like motivation to get your kid off his ass, get a job,
Get off his ass. Become a man. Be tough.
right?
Be respected. Do things that women are attracted to men for.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. He's telling you what you need to do. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's like, you're a nice guy, but that girl's not going to date you. Why?
Yeah.
Because no one taught you to be a man. You're being walked over.
Yeah.
You're the gay friend. Do you want to be that? Do
Yeah.
you want to be the gay friend when you're trying to show this woman that you're compassionate for her, you're attracted to her?
Yeah.
But you don't have the balls to tell her that? It's like, just do things that better yourself. Go to the gym. Stop being so lazy. Stop playing so many
Yep.
video games. Stop watching so much porn.
Yep. Exactly.
Get a job. Get a better education. Be the man that women want to look up to.
Yep. And your kids want to look up to you.
Thanks for watching our clip. If you want to see more clips like this and you like our views, like the show, click here for some more clips. If you want to hear the whole podcast, watch the whole podcast, click here for the whole podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll get back to you. Thank you and have a great day.